So I've been Michigan Box for 15 years. We manufacture corrugated packaging here in the beautiful city of Detroit. Detroit is, well, I've been doing it for a long time. There I am with my brother, and like I said, we're a family company. We've been in business for 83 years, and I want to talk about the city of Detroit right now. The city of Detroit has been rebuilding, and I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to check out the city, but we have a lot of cool things to offer. And what I've enjoyed the most is new people coming into Michigan Box. They're fearless, they're excited about their product, they have awesome products, and I always say, even if they don't end up buying from us, I hope it's a good experience. I hope that I can help you through the process. You know, there's a lot that goes along into your box. You know, it's how you present yourself, it's everything. It's that first time impression, and that is just the most important thing. I can only encourage you guys the most to print on your box, be thoughtful about your box. That experience of people opening that box is the most important experience. And a lot of times when people come to us, it's the last thing that they've thought of. So budget might be an issue, and typically it is. And if you're a small company, you don't have a lot of space. The good thing is we can work with you. We do work with small companies. We can print you. We can do high-end printed samples for you same day. So keep that in mind and always put your name on your box. It's really important. This is a little story. We have food trucks are big here in the city of Detroit. So even if you want a box to look like a food truck, we can do that. You know, again, we're very into custom packaging, cool things that are kind of unique. Not only do we do point of sale, retail packaging, we ship full engines, car engines. We're the Motor City here. So the good thing about our company as well, you can come in, we have designers, we have a whole team that will help support you to try to figure out what you guys need to present yourself the right way the first time. More retail stuff. Again, you could bring in 4 glasses and we'll figure out a way to package it in a really cool way. And what we encourage is come in, spend some time with us. We really want to get a feel for what your message is. You know, it's hard for me to speak real analytical, and I don't have a lot of charts, but what I do is, you know, I come from the heart and the fact that I care about you guys, I care about your product. It means, I know what it means to you, and we take that on for you. We want to help you represent best foot forward the first time. That's kind of a misprint on a box, but we can do that. More retail, food and beverage. The city of Detroit, probably 85% of what we do here in the Detroit area is food packaging. You're probably familiar with McClure's Pickles. Another great project, they needed a box that they wanted their Bloody Mary mix, a couple bags of chips, and they wanted to be like a party pack. So we came up with something, they came up with the concept. That probably took 3 months for a project like that. But take the time with your art, take the time with all those things. Again, that perception right away when somebody grabs that, that's everything. When they open that box and you have your product inside, that's key. Try to, I know it's, you know, for some smart, like startup companies, money can be tight, and I understand that. It doesn't cost that much more if you really brand yourself. This is when you have to start doing that now. Better Made potato chips. They wanted a box for Costco that looked like their bag. So we came up, you know, with this design. It was very successful. Again, it's the whole branding, it's the whole imaging, it's the experience of opening that package. McClure, our Valentine vodka, I don't know if you guys are familiar, maybe while you were here you had some alcohol overnight, but Valentine vodka is a local distiller here, and again, branding his name. People know this logo. Another gift box. This is actually a subscription box, one of my first, where she has food products in it. It's all gluten-free, allergy-free. when you open the box, it's a really cool box, because when you open it, it has all her other Facebook and Instagram information inside. More retail. I'm getting to, what I want to get to is these guys. So the gentleman's box, they come in, John comes in and says, I want a box that looks like a cigar box. And I'm like, I don't know, you know, I'm not sure about that. So I think they were using at first just a white plain box, and they were putting a little label on it. What I commend the gentleman's box for, and I say this every time when people ask about it, because they ask about your box a lot, they say, I want my box to look like that. They did it right the first time. They spent the money, they took the time to get it right, and you know, I think 5,000 subscribers or more later, you know, when people have that experience, they know who you are as a company. They get that experience. So with a little extra time and effort and money, you guys can really, you know, tell people who you are. So what we did too as a company, and because we were asked to do this, is that we have created a subscription page. I think, you know, several people have stopped their booth, and we have a business card that has a website. So you guys can come to our website, and we have 3 different sizes that we offer as stock boxes. And what we can do for you is you can also upload your art. We can make it really easy for you. You don't have to order thousands of boxes. We want you to look professional right out of the gate. That's the goal. So not only do we have high-speed presses, we deal with Fortune 500 companies, you know, we do all the packaging for big companies here. But what we found was in the city of Detroit and in Michigan is all these great companies coming in and needing help. And again, the goal is for you to look professional right out of the gate. So we can print you 1 sample today. You can send me your art, we can do it. We invested in it's a small run printer that we use. Oh, there's the aisle box guys. Are those guys here still? These guys are cool guys too. Subscription company that does camping gear. So anyway, just be conscious and thoughtful, and don't rush the process, and know that that packaging and that part of it is really, really important. This is that printer I was talking to you about. Again, I could print you a box today, and you guys could start using that to market, to, you know, put on your website. For a very inexpensive price, you can really start to advertise who you are as a company. My dad used to say, you know, starting in this business, everything's a package. You know, how you present yourself, everything. You have, I don't know what you have a very small time to let people know who you are. And I just really encourage you for your package to make that something that's really special, really important. You know, a term that's really kind of trending in our industry is that unboxing experience. So the client will get the box and they open it up and they feel it and they love it. The experience when you guys open your Apple laptops or whatever, that's that experience. We can do that for you. I want you to come in if you can. If you can't come in, or whatever packaging company you might work with, just take the time to do it right if you can. I know money it can be an issue, but it's really, really important to portray who you are as a company. You guys work really hard. You guys have worked, what I love about it is you guys are hustling and you're working really, really hard for your product, and I really appreciate that, and we love that, and we want to help you portray that. So just be thoughtful about that. Paul actually was kind enough to give me an article about, it's an article, and it says the brown, plain, boring box is out, and neon colors, ornate lettering, glossy surfaces, and fantastic print are in. So again, we're human beings. We're drawn to shiny things, kind of cool things. So just be conscious of that. And again, what I love about my job the most, I was really thinking about my speech and I was nervous, and we've been talking all day. I've been nervous about it. And what I love about my job the most is the people I meet. and the passion you have for your product, and the synergy of people working together. It does seem like there's not a lot of, nobody's competing against each other. You guys are all trying to help each other, and you're all trying to do something great in this world and make a difference. We appreciate that. When it comes to your packaging, just be really conscious of that and take the time to do it right. Thank you.
So my name is Shirene, and I'm with Packlane.com. We make it super easy to order custom packaging online. We also specialize in short-run printing, so if you're looking for just a limited design or you want to test out something new for the next month, our minimum box orders are just 10 boxes. You should definitely check out the site. And if you have any feedback or want to see another tool, let us know, because we're constantly developing. We really wanted to put it into your hands and create a way for people to basically DIY custom packaging. With our 3D editors, you can see the price adjust as you're designing. You'll know exactly how much you're paying per box, and you can order online. And I know for my generation, that's really important, because we don't want to pick up the phone and talk to anyone, and we want instant satisfaction. So today we're going to talk about packaging with a punch, and all but 3 boxes that you'll see on the slides today were made with Packlane. So we now live in an age where people share everything. They share their breakfast, they share their hobbies, and they definitely share their purchases. So having a box that encourages people to photograph next to their purchases will only encourage your brand, build your brand and awareness. Every box tells a story. So essentially your box is a traveling billboard for your brand. Neighbors and coworkers catch glimpses of it on doorsteps, in recycling bins, or around the office. And you want your box to be so beautifully designed that they want to leave it out and showcase it. So this is one of my favorite pictures of a customer box. Like, cats and boxes just go so great together. For the most successful subscription box companies, the box itself acts as a key brand ambassador. It's something customers look forward to receiving in the mail. I mean, who doesn't love fun mail? It's like Christmas every single time, right? It's a physical representation of your brand. It's the part of your brand that they actually get to hold, touch, and admire in person. And as e-commerce companies, that's really vital. So investing in the right custom packaging as early as possible could be just as valuable as investing in a beautiful website, in my opinion. This is a really cool example from one of our customers, Blue Ink Press. They're a small publishing company, and I just love how they literally spell out the feeling that their customers are going to get when they receive their package in the mail. Like, yay, books. I mean, it's this really simple added touch, but I'm sure it likely inspires a lot of smiles. So nearly 40% of customers will share a picture of a uniquely packaged online order via social media. You really want to take advantage of that. This is how you can really spread that brand awareness. So custom printed packaging is one of the most effective ways to build your brand and make it stand out. And in this case, as subscription box owners, it's really vital to your brand identity. So why should we focus so much on the box? Like, aren't your subscribers subscribing for what's inside the box? Yes, they are, but like Sarah said, your box is your first impression, and it's really your first touch point with the customer. It's really your key to growth and success. So who remembers the pet rock? Anyone?
Yes.
This is the perfect packaging as your product example. I mean, without the cardboard carrying case, the air holes, and the nest-like packing material, it's literally just a rock. It was purchased for a penny from a beach in Mexico. They sold over 1 million of these within months. This guy became a millionaire selling rocks. On that note, your box attracts customers. I mean, it promotes brand loyalty. It reminds your customers why they ordered with you, and it creates a really exciting moment for them to unwrap that order. So how can your brand stand out in what is quickly becoming a very crowded doorstep? And that's what we're going to talk about now. A general rule of design is less is more. Simplify, simplify, simplify. I can't say it enough. We often see designs that try to accomplish too much with the limited space on the box. You might want to consider limiting yourself to your logo, your tagline, or the iconography style that you've already established with your brand. Let your package be eye-catching and clean, and leave any additional information for later in the unboxing experience. This is a cool example of a customer box gigster. I love how they use their icon to wrap it alongside the top and side panels. It's really eye-catching and clean and beautiful. You could also utilize the interior of the box for printing patterns or additional copy like your social media handles, etc. And one really cool thing that few people do is tile your logo to create a pattern. This is a super high coverage and low cost, a super good pricing trick. So if you do decide to go for it with a more intricate design, like this amazing illustrated box by Webstaurant, consider limiting yourself to just a few colors. And you don't want to forget about the material. So the most common materials in corrugated boxes are Kraft white and Chemi white, but we refer to that as Dreamcoat at Packlane. So Kraft seems to be the least expensive, and it also gives your box like a more recycled aesthetic. Some notable examples of Kraft boxes are Bark Box and Harry's. Nature Box is a good one. White is slightly more expensive, but it often results in higher printing quality. Notable subscription boxes with white corrugate are Love with Food and Loot Crate, and both Kraft and white boxes have more of a matte finish versus Dreamcoat, which is a premium clay-coated material. It's a substrate, so the ink doesn't actually penetrate the liner, and that develops a nice, beautiful, glossy finish. A really good example of this is the FabFitFun box. You also want to think about ergonomics. And in this case, ergonomics is just a fancy term for how people will open and interact with your box. Novelty is exciting and interesting, but a little goes a long way when it comes to enhancing your package designs, and you don't want to sacrifice practicality. You don't want to diminish the excitement of the unboxing experience by making it frustrating or complicated to open. So one of our customers, Chronic Design, wanted to come up with a box for their set of tarot cards. And they really wanted the cards to fit exactly in the box. But as you can imagine, trying to get those cards back out can be quite frustrating. So they just added a simple ribbon tab to the liner of the box, and it makes it really easy to pull the cards back out. Voila, problem solved. In addition to how people will open your box, you want to consider the weight and how it feels holding it in your hands. So a little bit opposite of simplistic is this really cool box that Pizza Hut came out with. It was only developed in the UK, but they merged their actual delivery boxes into a workable DJ setup.
Nice.
You could use this with Bluetooth, and it was compatible with a lot of the popular DJ softwares. You could literally scratch, you have your pitch, your play, volume up and down. So think about it. I encourage you to come up with a creative alternate use for your next box. So the outside of the box is super important because, as we've been talking about, that's your first impression with your customer. But we also want to think inside the box. The box and the way people open it, it's only the beginning when it comes to presentation and the unboxing experience. You want to make sure an experience with your business is memorable from the inside out. And what will be the first thing the customer sees when they open the box? What do you fill the extra space with? Better not be packing peanuts or air pouches. So some of the more unique things you can use are cereal. Just kidding. Kidding. A lot of people use the cushy confetti. You could use foil tinsel. You could use custom printed tissue paper with your brand or your brand colors. You could use rustic twine, even scented pouches, faux florals, even shredded cash if it makes sense. Just try to be really unique and think about what suits your brand. So there are a lot of ways to enhance the unboxing experience while also protecting the product inside. You can use your filling as a way to showcase your brand colors, or you can arrange your products in an Instagram-worthy arrangement with the help of inserts. This is a really cool box designed by one of our customers, Brat Box. And I love their tagline, it's "Be less boring." Everyone should check them out. Don't be afraid to make it personal. So your business is personal to all of you. You've put your hard work and passion into it. Why should you hide that? One of the things that I know I like to receive in my subscription boxes is or even online orders is a handwritten note to your customers, and you can use custom stationery to include that. Or for a quick and easy touch, just add a space on your box for the packager to sign their name or write a quick note, or you can even create like a custom stamp for each packager to stamp right on the box as they're filling them. Tell your story. Your packaging and its contents give you the chance to tell your story and showcase your brand's personality. And you want to pay special attention to the order in which your customer will be unwrapping the items. So you don't want the first thing they see to be an invoice or a return slip. Consider including something fun, like a sticker with a fun greeting or a postcard that explains this month's theme, but just make it exciting and beautiful as soon as they open that box. This is your opportunity to really pull them in. So put the best stuff on top. I love how Candy Club puts loose candies in their box. As soon as you open the box, you can pop one in your mouth for an instant sugar rush, and I feel like that just kicks off the whole unboxing experience and is sure to increase excitement for the remainder. Or create special packaging for the products in your box. Not only will this increase presentation value, but it also extends and gives the recipient more things to unwrap. You might also want to include a handout with your social media handles and a hashtag to encourage your customers to share online and join the conversation. So a surefire way to level up your unboxing experience is to include a giveaway or a freebie. I mean, there's nothing like getting something extra that was unexpected to make an order more memorable. It's the surprise and delight factor that we've been talking about today. Even if you're expecting it, a little something extra definitely goes a long way. Who doesn't love the free samples that you get with every order at Sephora? I know it keeps me going back. And consider an add-in that really suits your brand. So if you're a beauty product company, throw in a signature chapstick. If you're an earthy lifestyle brand, try a bundle of sage or lavender to add a pleasant scent to the unboxing experience. So all in all, coming up with an awesome package design and unbranding experience really isn't too difficult. I would just suggest you put yourself in the customer's shoes and think about what you would want to receive in the mail. In .com's 2015 Unwrapping the Experience study, 49% of people said that brilliant packaging makes them more exciting about receiving products from that brand, and 39% said it made them more likely to share the experience with their peers. So why would you miss out on such an easy opportunity to wow your customers and maybe even their friends, family, or coworkers? Thank you.
Nice.
All right, thank you. I just want to be clear, you said shredded cash, right?
Yeah, well, I was like, whoa,
okay, it's going to be the most expensive box ever. That's kind of unique. That's very unique, I guess. I want to turn it over to the audience here for some questions on packaging and see if there's any we could answer.
Well, thank you guys. Tyler with Creative with Love. I think it's really cool because you both have totally different manufacturing styles. Mm-hmm. So can you guys go into that? I assume Michigan Box Company, you guys have tooling costs and plate costs and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys each describe your individual manufacturing process and maybe why that's more beneficial than the other?
Sure. Well, Michigan Box, we actually own 2 corrugators in Indiana, so we have control over our sheets coming in, and we're a converter. So everything we do is in Detroit. So the print process, yeah, there are tooling costs involved. If you order a regular box, there are no tooling costs. But again, we're manufacturing. We actually, everything's done there. So a client can come in and you can sit with our design team and we can structurally design everything for you in-house. You can feel it, you can pick your board. As far as graphics, we can work on that with you. You can come in for a press check. So we are different in the fact that this is just a more, I think, futuristic idea of how it's going to be. But we are more that manufacturing, hands-on for sure. As far as cost, tooling costs are one-time charges. You own those tools. If your box is unique, there's a cutting die. If it has intricate cuts or anything like that. And then the print plates, again, one-time charges. Tooling can range anywhere from $50 to thousands of dollars. It just depends. And for our small run printer, you pay for the sheet costs, and then it's $125 just for the setup fee of the printer. And you can change your print every single time with that. That's a good way for a lot of people to start into it, even if you wanted just a handful of samples to see what your box is going to look like printed. We can help you there. We really, again, wanted to help everybody walk before they run. The idea, I think, for everybody is you know, you start out ordering a small amount of boxes, but I'm sure the end goal is you can order thousands of boxes. We can do all of that under our facility. Does that help? Okay.
Packlane's a little bit different. We are an e-commerce based platform, so we really wanted to streamline that process, and we wanted to be accessible for people who are just starting out that don't want to call the manufacturer or go in. We really just wanted to make it like an online shopping experience. So there are no tooling fees, no die cutting fees, no extra fees, setup fees at all. We have that all integrated into our pricing tool. So as you design on Packlane, you'll see the pricing update as you go along. I would say another difference is we work with manufacturers all over the country, so that kind of helps us cut down on those shipping times and shipping costs. We try to use the vendor that's closest to the customer, and we definitely try to control quality. We only use vendors with certain types of printers that are high quality printers, and we test run the designs with all of our printers to make sure that if you have your order from one vendor, it's going to be the exact same if it ends up being printed with another.
Maybe we can work with you now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Curtis Kleinman from Swipe Payment Solutions. You both did a great job of being informative and right to the point. It was great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Can either of you point to one particular client or case study that pretty much did everything exactly the same, but simply re-switched their packaging, and as a result, what percentage lift did you see from better packaging?
Go ahead, I'll let you take that one.
I don't have exact numbers, but a really good example for us is a company called Bully Make. Before Packlane, they were just using like boring brown boxes, and I think it really has transformed their brand. If you go to their website and their social now, I mean, their boxes everywhere, and it's iconic. I mean, it was actually noted in the Washington Post article that Sarah was mentioning.
Wonderful, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, again, I can talk about the gentleman's box. I mean, when they came in, it was a white plain box. And for the product that they're trying to convey a message, I think we were really successful with just nudging them in the right direction to going for the higher end package. And again, you know, thousands of subscribers later, I think that was a good success story. Thank you for the question. Thanks.
So I talked to 3 or 4 boxing and packaging companies in over the internet, and Salajar Packaging, which is one of the most widely used, and they advised me, hey, don't consider custom boxes until you got 500 customers. So what is your take on that? Like, should we spend a lot of money on the custom boxes, or just go with white boxes until you hit 500, and then, because you pay a higher premium for a lower number of boxes?
Yeah, I guess you have to define what a lot of money might mean to you. I think a lot of times when people try to fit themselves into something else that's out there, that's not really custom to them, I've found that it's never a good fit. I mean, you might be buying, a plain box online, it might be loose, it might not be perfect to your product. You'd be really surprised in the fact that it's really not that much more to have a custom box. Again, if you print on it, if there's any intricate tools needed, there's some upfront charges. I would always encourage it that it is definitely worth it to have your own custom box, for sure.
I would agree. I don't agree with saving packaging for last, especially in the age of e-commerce and the rise of packaging and the whole unboxing theme. It's like going into a retail store and getting a plain bag. Like, it just doesn't happen. And I think without the custom packaging, you're really missing out on that brand awareness. It's going to be your early adapters who sign on as subscribers, who are really going to build your brand, because they're going to be your brand ambassadors. They're going to be super excited about your product. I mean, they signed up first. So you really want to take advantage of that and go ahead and go for it, is what I would say. Make the budget.
Marlo with the B-side box. So my question is, like Birchbox, they have a different shade or hue or design to their box each time you get it. What are your takes on having a consistent brand or theme across your box each month versus switching it up for your subscribers?
Go ahead, take it.
I would say it really just depends on your brand and what you're doing. Is your branding really consistent and minimal, then your customer probably likes that and they want to stick with the minimal design. I think with Birchbox, it's a very fun, friendly, playful brand, so it makes sense for them to keep refreshing it, and they've been around a lot longer. If you can remember, in the first year, it was just a brown branded box for I think the first 12 months or so, and then they started going into limited edition runs. But that's the great thing about short run printers and sites like Packlane is you can order just 10 boxes. So if you want a new box every month, we can make that happen for you. If you want a new box just for the holidays, we can make that happen for you. If you're designing 2 different subscription boxes for 1 month, we can batch those orders for you to save on cost as well.
I agree. I think both of those, both ways are good. It's good to be consistent right out of the gate with your packaging, and so people know who you are and they get the vibe and the feel of what your product is. But and obviously something's working well for Birchbox, but you know, you can also have fun with that too. Say there's, you know, breast awareness month and you want to do a pink box and you want to do, you know, you want to change those things and be help your client be aware of who you are because you care about certain different things or a different color or whatever. You know, we can do that as well, and we do encourage people. If you don't go the route of, you know, buying a print plate and it's going to be that way for the next year and you want to change it, we can help you with that as well. I think both are good. I think, you know, it depends on what your product is, and even if you change it, you'll still be consistent with who you are.
And another thing you could do is, if you wanted to keep the consistent branding on the exterior of the box, change the interior of the box every month. Use another color or a different pattern each month, and so it's still like a surprise and delight factor.
That's a good idea.
That's all the time we have for questions today. I want to thank you both very much for being part of this amazing
Thanks for
panel.
asking.
Thank you.